Good morning or good afternoon, wherever you may be, or good evening or good night. This is Jen at JensArtyInclinations, a place to create, share and play.
Hello, it's Junk Journal January time, which is hosted by Meg's Journals, and here are all the prompts.
With today's prompt, neutral. So today I'm starting out with some sticker papers, and then I have this index card that I did some inkiness on the front and back, and some packaging, just a cut up piece of packaging. So the first thing I'm doing is peeling the sticker papers, and they make easy coverage for my two pieces that I have here. So I want to keep the back of this as journaling space, but the front of it, I wanted to cover it up because it wasn't as neutral, obviously, with all the blues. And so I'm just slicing around the edges of the sticker here. And I'm kind of doing it freehand because the side of the index card is giving my knife, it's like a ruler, that I'm managing to go down. And I'm going to cut this piece down anyway because I want it to fit in this little pocket, this little book page pocket. So again, more neutral. And I love this sticker paper. It's really lovely. So here I'm just cutting it down to size. Didn't quite make it, so just chopping a little bit more off the edge, and I decided that I'd make it a tab top. So I'm just using my tab punch here, and initially I was doing a tab on the right there, but then I decided I wanted it more on the left of it, so that's why it's got two tabs there. But there you are, that's the tab top done. Rounding the corners, and I can put all of them in my corner rounder, and the last one, I'm just going to cut it off with the scissors. So if I just don't open and close my scissors while I'm cutting around that curve, I should get a nice smooth curve. Now, I had this little book page number, and I'm putting it onto a little scrap of coffee dyed paper, so that gives it a little bit of a border, and then it's my tab topper. And I had another little label that I also put on coffee dye paper, and I wrapped this around just for something a little bit different. And that's the whole decoration. And so far, we've still only used neutrals. So there you go, slipping into my pocket very nicely. And now I'm covering this piece of card. So as you can see, that's just off packaging. Some tiny teddies that my son eats, and rolling this piece around, it actually fits perfectly. So all I need to do is just slice that little edge off, and again I'm going to cut the top and bottom off this, so it's okay if it wasn't completely straight, and rounded the corners again and inked all the edges. So now I'm just finishing off this one, and we've got a bit of coffee dyed paper. These are just, scraps that are off things. A scrap of lace with a bit of eyelash trim. And that's a flower that I cut out of some lace. And I decided that I would just staple that on. And this is a button. Now I covered this just with tissue paper. And then I used a pokey tool or a needle to just push through the holes again. So that's beautiful in the middle there. And it makes a nice little cluster on the top of this tag. So just to keep with the theme, I wrapped another piece of coffee dyed paper around it and put a label on that as well. And I like the effect of this, the longer piece on a smaller label. It's so simple, but it's quite effective. So there you are, just wrapping it around up the back as well and making sure that it's stuck down nice and firmly. And these sticker papers, they're quite matte, so you could still write on them as journaling space. And just popping another couple of labels around, and that's my tags done. So now my background. And to neutral it up a bit more, I had an offcut of another piece of paper. I had some of this tissue paper, and I popped that on the background and under the tall pocket. Now I'm sticking my pockets together, racing along here, and then a bit of lace under that top one just to add a bit of texture. So I'm using all neutrals, but what I'm doing is I'm building my texture, and I find that gives it a lovely softness and it's like a lovely big warm quilt almost on the page. So a little bit of stamping there, as you saw. And that is my pockets almost done. So I'm just going to add a couple of little final finessing touches. And so a little bit more stamping on that pocket, because I realised once I put it in that you couldn't see the stamping that I had. So I just added some more wings around behind it. And now I'm just putting some lace with some lace flowers on top. And the lace bits that I'm using are actually little offcuts. As I was cleaning up my desk, I just found all these little offcuts, and they were just little short pieces, and they were perfect to finish this off. So there we are. Tidying up can actually be creating as well, because I could have popped them in the bin or I could have popped them on this piece here. And there you are. That is today finished. So very, very neutral today. I don't think I used any colour anywhere in this one. So what I've done is I've used a lot more texture, which, you know, lifts everything up off the page a bit more. And I love those little flowers with those little snippets of lace in the end. So hope you're all still having fun. I'm enjoying going through Meg's playlist, and also the one that she's got with all the creators that are helping her. So yeah, lots and lots of fun. Anyway, take care, and I will see you all tomorrow. I'd love it if you could leave me a comment below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed what you saw today. And of course, please subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you next time. And in the meantime, keep creating. Enjoy!